Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to the second part of the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke. I have had a day, I'll tell you that right now. It's one of those days where, like, everything RNG related does not come up in my favor. It's one of those days. And so this is going to be a real good one, because you can already tell how it's not going to come up in my favor. So we have one from 204, 202, 201. We don't have one from 203 yet. Just because I don't think I can get to 203 yet. I think 203 is off this way. I think I'm blocked. Nope, not blocked. Wait, there was the fisherman. Ooh. Oh, this is right. 218. You know what? You know what? So, we could go and get ourselves a Magikarp and work toward getting a Gyarados. The thing is we already have one of the... I just put it there. We already have a water type, so I don't know if I should waste the 218, the Route 218 on a Magikarp. So we're gonna take a look, see what other stuff we can get. I would like to get something like a rock type or like a ground type to flesh out. We've already done 204, so let's try off to the right. That might be 203. Ah, we don't have a 203 encounter yet. Well, we'll do some trainer battles, get some experience, and hopefully not outlevel the next gym, but still manage to get enough power that we're not hurting by the time we get to the next gym. But earlier today, I decided to play a little bit of Hearthstone, and as you could probably guess, the RNG did not come up in my favor. And after that, I had to, or before I did all that, I was pretty much busting my behind trying to finish up my Rogue on Cataclysm Classic before Headless Horseman ran out, so that I could go in there and get him a Ring of Ghoulish Glee and possibly get him the sword, so I could gear him up real quick, you know, get ready for heroics, etc. like that. He's not my first character, but over the past like 2 days I've been really just playing World of Warcraft to get 2 characters to 85, which was my Hunter and my Rogue. And I kind of regret... I don't regret leveling them, but I regret spending all that time on it, because I haven't played any Black Ops 6 since the night I got it and did the video and then played a little bit of it that day. And I've been itching to get back into it and play it and just enjoy my day, but this next whole week is like hectic. Like the whole thing. So I'm sitting here and I'm just trying to get to not completely lose my mind when it comes to things. So I had perfectly fine time on WoW. The RNG in Hearthstone just absolutely bent me over a barrel. And then I played some Pokemon Unite before making these videos. And let's just say my teams had the strategic mindset of a cardboard box, and they played like a gorilla with 2 clubbed hands. They weren't very good. So I had terrible teams, and they didn't quite understand the whole premise of the game. And it was agonizing. I managed to do some of the stuff to, you know, work toward getting a Darkrai in there, because you can get it for free. So I thought, alright, what's our first encounter? A Shinx wouldn't be bad. No, I'm not taking a Bidoof. I'm gonna run from the Bidoof. You know the rules. And so do I. The first encounter I KO here will get rid of it. Or the first encounter I catch. That's what I need. Especially if he has Intimidate. That'll be huge. Well, he doesn't have Intimidate. Well, she, I should say. He's got Thunder Shock, though. That's a good start. And of course, everyone we capture, we have to nickname. So I'm going to nickname it something. I don't know. I'll take a look at it. Oh, it doesn't affect. Why? Because it's electric type? That's not right. That's not good. Oh, time to throw the ball. All right. So now we gotta nickname it. What am I gonna nickname it? It's gonna be a little play on words. It's gonna be a play on words. Oops, not caps. Kappa. Capacitor. Kappa sitter. Is it stupid? Yes, it's stupid. But you want to know what? I thought it was clever. So, there. I'm just glad the poisons don't KO the Pokemon like they used to. That was helpful. Well, now we've got an electric type to help flesh out the typing. And he's got, I think it's Volt Absorb. I'm hoping it's Volt Absorb or something. Because then I could lead out with, you know, Empoleon there and then switch it up. Rivalry? Really? At least it's got a good positive nature. Plus a special attack. Alright. Well, now that we've gotten our capture on 203, now we can put together some... Now we can grind a little bit more. Not too much, though. And... I can't remember what the first gym was in Diamond and Pearl. Was it grass? Because if it's grass, we have that covered with Kricketune. Oh, Kricketune and Starly. Not good. We're swapping that out. We'll hit it with the old wing attack. I should be able to one-hit KO it at this point. Definitely should. If it doesn't, there's a bigger problem. Well, after that growl, it might not. Nope, it did. Okay. All right. Now, I have a feeling the last time I tried a Nuzlocke like this, I did it on Diamond and Pearl. I did it on stream. And when I did it, I ended up making it to like the 7th gym, and then I died. But I mean, I lost members of my team to stupid stuff. Like stupid gimmicky stuff, but it's what you have to do. I'll hit it with one more Thunder Shock. Then I'll have to swap them. But it's interesting to try to do this in the sense that it's a very tough challenge. I mean, just the fact that things... I mean, I probably... yeah, I can do it. It's a tough challenge when you look at it from the perspective of these things have effort values, individual values, etc., and so on. Much more, it's much more of a monumentous hill to climb, and there will be struggles, I'm sure. I just hope I don't get a gimmick death like I did last time. And I haven't lost any Pokemon. I won't be playing any of this off camera, so you'll get to see every single issue I run into. All of them. And I'm hoping I'm not going to have a lot, but you never can tell with these. That's just the way, that's the way any Nuzlocke goes. It was like the poison run I was doing on Scarlet and Violet. Not Scarlet and Violet. The poison run I was doing on Sword and Shield. I limited myself to things that were mono poison typing. So that's standard Wheezing and standard Wheezing and Garbodor. But I EV trained him through the use of vitamins. That's what I did prior. I EV trained him over in where did I EV train him? I can't remember where exactly I EV trained him, but I brought him back over to Sword and Shield, fully EV trained, but not leveled. So I had to level them from a Trubbish and a Coughing, and then I had to level it to make it evolve into a Wheezing so that it wasn't Galarian. I had to send it over and evolve it there, and then bring it back. It was tough, but I was doing it, and it wasn't like... It's not like a Nuzlocke where if they die, they're dead forever. But it's... I'm not allowed to use other than poison types, mono poison. So there can't be a subtype like Poison Dark or Poison Fairy, or just it has to have just poison. It's tough. That's a very tough challenge, considering you have the Steel type gym, and my Wheezing knows Heat Wave. So there was definitely a hill to climb with that one, and I still have that Poison Run. Hence why I have a Switch name called Poison Run. That's a tough challenge, though. Limiting yourself to such a degree is bonkers. I mean, the One Talent Challenge in Diablo 2, any sort of Nuzlocke or monotyping challenge, it shows the forethought that players have to have when going into it, right? Because if you're just gonna play, if you just play the game for what it is, yeah, it takes thought and it takes forethought to plan out your moves ahead of time and to anticipate how much damage you're gonna take and all that. However, even thinking ahead to the best possible degree is by no means a guarantee that you're going to be successful in your entire endeavor. Which I know that sounds redundant. It's like, well, of course it's not going to guarantee that you're, successful in your endeavors. Oh. Okay. Rock Smash? Okay, so I can Rock Smash through the poke edge. Surprise! Instead of just running into them or have them encounter me, I just jump up behind them. Spook them. There's, like I was saying earlier, about about needing forethought. And there's a lot of it that you do need to have that forethought. Like, oh yeah, okay, so I need to think about the move I'm making now, but then I need to think about the move I'm going to make soon, right? And then when you... Oh, there's the crit. And then when you take a look at it from the perspective of I'm making this next move, you have to add layers of difficulty into this, because now it's a Nuzlocke, so it's set battle. You can't swap out your Pokemon ahead of time. It's set battle style, and you're stuck with whoever you have out there until you switch, which then is you saying, wait a minute, that one's going to take damage. So now you have to think ahead of time, what's acceptable losses? What can I sacrifice if I need to make a sacrifice? You have to think all these things through, and it adds just more layers of forethought that you have to have. It could go so far as to say, like, even into predictability. You have to be able to predict your opponent's moves. Which, you know, if they're an NPC, obviously they're going to, in general, try to nuke you down. Just straight nuke. Be that as it may, and that is most likely the case, you still have to think, if I can't KO them, do I have something in my team that I can swap out for that can take the hit and then KO them? I mean, it adds all these multi-variables to what would otherwise be a normal decision-making route, right? So, for example, like, if you were saying, like, let's say, that's not where I wanted to go. Let's say you were planning on setting up, like, hazards, entry hazards or poison or something like that. So now you have to calculate your speed as a variable, you have to calculate their speed as a variable, you have to, like, think the whole thing through and make sure you're not making any mistakes. And then after it's all said and done, you almost have to, like, calculate for contingencies. Like, oh no, I didn't plan on him having a quick claw or something like that. Now, what would be really interesting, and I haven't seen anybody do it, and I'm putting this out there, a Nuzlocke where, let's say you beat the entire game in a Nuzlocke. Your team that is now beaten the Elite Four, now you can pit against another team who has beaten the Elite Four. So it would be kind of like a death match. Your team... Ooh. I don't want to catch anything on Route 207 yet. It'd be your team versus their team in a pretty much like a death match. Where once your team's done, it's done. Or his team's done, it's done. It's like an Iron Man match. And they're not allowed to, like, level it up to whatever. It would be... They're allowed to just have their team there. That's it. So it's like whatever levels their team got to, that's the levels they are. I think it would be interesting. I honestly believe that. They have like an Iron Man match. You know. It's like, oh yeah, you got your starter survived and got to like level 82. And the rest of your team's right behind it. None of them died, you ended up beating the Elite Four, and then all of a sudden, you're a challenge to an Iron Man match, and a guy comes in with what team he has left over, and dunks your team, and now you're like, oh, all that hard work gone. But imagine having that like broadcast for glory, right? Nuzlockers out there, make it happen. Make it happen. That'll be wild to watch. Like, extremely wild to watch. I'd even watch it. I don't know if I'd so much as if I'd participate, because, well, first I gotta get to complete a Nuzlocke, and if I don't complete a Nuzlocke, well, there's half the problem. But we'll see. I might do that. I might have that set up in the future. I think it's a great idea. But yeah, my RNG has been the bane of me all day today. And yes, after this one, I'm going to be doing another Nuzlocke. I'm going to put 2 up in a row. And then I'm going to go back to the Black Ops story. Mostly because I want to continue the story of Black Ops. I want to continue playing it. But I needed content that I haven't done in a bit. And I haven't done one of these in a week, so... on the channel in a week. So that's why I'm doing it. I also enjoy it. I mean... I've always enjoyed Pokemon ever since I was a wee lad. You know, with first Red, Blue... or Red, Blue, Yellow. I still have my original red cartridge around here somewhere. And the battery still works, which is weird. 30-something years, and that battery's still going strong. It might not be working now, though, so... all things do pass in time, but... I completed the game. I had a 151 of 151 Pokedex. And, It was great. It was great times growing up playing it and getting silver. I got silver, my brother got gold. I got red, my brother got blue. Then when it came to time for like Ruby Sapphire, I ended up getting Ruby. He got Sapphire. And then he started falling out of it. He was just like, okay, yeah, whatever, it's Pokemon. He never got into the metagame. I was about ready to fall out of the metagame. I was about ready to fall out of just Pokemon. I literally was getting to the point of just hanging my hat up, and that was back in Fire Red. And I watched a YouTube video way back when for a guy. It was a guy named Dysfunction. Some people might know him out there. Some people might not. But Dysfunction, he had an interesting take on legitimately everything. He had an interesting take on Pokemon. He had an interesting take on how to go about training them and making movesets. And he predated Temp6T. If you haven't seen him, he's on YouTube, Temp6T. He's a good player. Though he generally sticks to the Pokemon, what's it called there? Pokemon Showdown. He generally sticks to that. And I can understand why. But nevertheless, Dysfunction was like the original Temp 6T, right? He had ideas that he was just rolling with. And he just knew how to play. And he showed at first the effort, like, he was the one that showed me effort values in EV training through a video. Like, he put up a video about EV training, and he was EV training a Blissey. And the Blissey was like level 76, and he had put all of its HP stats, its HP effort values in before it leveled. He sent it to level 77, and it got like plus 185 on one level. And I was just flabbergasted by this, and I was like, wait, how do you do this? So then I started looking into it. That's when I found out about the metagame, and as soon as I found out about the metagame, it was pretty much over. It ended up being me getting back into Pokemon. And I've been there ever since. Now, I'm going to make this rule that once I start doing a gym, I can't back out. Once I've walked in these doors, I have to complete the whole gym or get KO'd. That's how it is. I tell you, today's been one of those days, and boy, I honestly can't wait to play more Black Ops. It's that fun of a game. Even when, you know, some people out there are using aim assist and doing what they do, it's still a fun game. Like, it's just a blast to play. I did play the zombies. I did do one round of zombies. Not one round, one game of zombies. I got to round 11 solo. And when I got to round 11 solo, I was on Liberty Falls. And I gotta tell you, I was not a fan of where the Pack-a-Punch was located on Liberty Falls. It was located way too far back. And here I am trying to use the 9mm pistol to get some cheap experience on it, and it just wasn't working. And then you have to make sure the entire LZ is clear to exfil. It's just... I'm sure if I get used to it, it'll get better. But it's just... It's like... Give me the Modern Warfare zombies. I know that's going to be a hot take, but... I like the open world idea. I like the whole idea of being able to, you know, have to deal with mercs, have to deal with zombies, have to, you know, really pay attention to what you're doing. I don't know, I just liked it better. I mean, I used to play round-based zombies back in the day when it was on Vanguard. And that was okay. I don't know, I like the open world zombies more. Now, if they didn't lock, like, Liberty Falls behind certain things, like they didn't lock the doors behind Essence Gates, and they offset that cost with, like, Gobble Gums or whatever, I think that would have been a little bit better, because then you could have saved up to go get the Pack-a-Punch. But upon getting the Pack-a-Punch, I think it should have increased the difficulty greatly. But that's me. That's how I would have offset it. Well, Stealth Rocket isn't really going to matter unless he's got a Machop, at which point it's going to matter a lot. Man, Sprouty's just destroying things. I mean, I get it. He's a grass type in a rock gym. Don't get too excited. But that amount of damage with an absorb, it's a little crazy. Kind of sad, though, that his Onyx is faster than my Badoo. Kind of sad. A little bit. Tanya, I said it before in the previous episode. Ooh, double team. Yeah. Absolutely. Build some evasion stacks. If I could get something that's like not very offensive of a Pokemon, and I just build up those evasion stacks. Oh yeah, I forgot. Cranidos. Not good. Well, I'm gonna see if I can take the hit. I gotta swap. I gotta swap to Napoleon. Double Leer on a Badoo. That's death. Absolute death. Those two Leers will just eat right into my life total. Rock. Stealth Rock. Ow. And, of course, there's the crit. There's the crit. He's dead. He is dead now. Bones. Man, now I gotta send him off. That sucks. Well, deal's a deal. I was hoping to keep Napoleon alive. I remember spending time polishing those badges up so they were nice and shiny. Used to be able to do that. I don't care about your stickers, Rourke. Time to dispose of Napoleon. The steel typing would have come in handy later on too. That sucks. Is what it is. Get in the dead box. Now I wonder, should I go back and get that Magikarp? Because if I go back and get the Magikarp, that eliminates my Route 218, but I gain a Magikarp. Again, I get a water type that becomes Gyarados later on, which is guaranteed to have Intimidate. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go fish up that Magikarp at 218. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna get into a trainer battle. Oh, I thought it was a rival battle. Like I said, though, the caves don't count, so I can't catch anything in the cave. I can avoid too much conflict here. I already caught a Route 203, so I can't fish there. This is tragic. And of course I won't be able to actually do battle with the Magikarp because the Magikarp will be so low level. Whoops. Didn't have the button. Come on, Magikarp. Really? There's got to be something here. There's got to be fishable water here that you can get something. Get anything? But here we are with the RNG again. Not to mention the RNG I had on the Cranidos. That one crit. All I want is a single nibble. There we go. Magikarp. You floppy thing. I'm gonna catch it into a Premier Ball. That's what I'm gonna do. No, I won't. I don't have a Premier Ball. So I'm just gonna catch it in a good old Pokeball. So this is our Route 218, which means we have to come up with something. We know it turns into a Gyarados. So that's a big water snake. So, ooh. Name it Medusa, because it is a female. That's what we'll do. Medusa. I need to check Medusa's stats because I didn't do that. What we got here? Docile. Not bad. Swift Swim. Pretty decent. I need to train it though. Actually, if I leave it in the back of the party, it'll get experience, and then once it evolves, I can actually turn it into an integral part of the team. I'll put it there. But I'm gonna leave this video here. We beat the first gym. We lost Napoleon. He's now in the grave. He met his Waterloo, unfortunately. But we got Medusa. We're gonna try to get that to a Gyarados and see what we can do with it. this is what happened last time. It started getting grim after first episode. Well, not first episode, but second episode. But yeah, I'm gonna save it here, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed making this for sure. And don't worry, I'm gonna be picking up right where I left off. As always, have a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and have a good one.